Hello everyone, I'm Wendell Jones and welcome to another exciting edition of our program, The Platform, and this is our weekend edition, and we are always delighted to have wonderful guests on our weekend edition as we talk about matters of health, and my good friend Bianca Nygad brings along very exciting guests, and today on our program we have with us Alaura Albury, who is a yoga instructor, and of course we have back with us again someone who is now familiar to our platform audience, Nicole. Thank you. Who has been around the world doing some wonderful things. And we've gotten rave reviews on your programs.
Great, that's excellent. Glad to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, and I spoke to someone who told me that they found your jewelry very interesting.
Bingo, love it. Well, I mean, if they're interested, they can actually probably give them a piece of it. Do that from time to time.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, very good. All right.
I'll tell them I got it.
Let me see which one of these things I'm going to take now.
No rings, no rings for you.
No rings.
No.
Okay.
I can see you with a spike.
You can see me with a spike? What am I going to do with that spike?
Stylish.
Oh, okay. All right. The spike works.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Alaura, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. And how long have you been doing yoga?
I've been self-teaching myself for almost 3 years.
Self-teaching?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, very good. And later in the program, we are going to see some of her work as a yoga instructor. Bianca, it's always good to see you.
It's so good to be here and see you too. And we've been talking about this health series now for a while, and I've been trying to do it myself and you know, surround my life, change my lifestyle into a healthy lifestyle.
Is it working?
It is working.
You
and
sure?
I have found some more tricks
to
share
working?
with everybody.
What are you trying to do?
I don't know. You don't see it working because I'm feeling it working. But right now, what we have going on is they have started to come to our house on Mondays and teach yoga to women every Monday. And for me, I'm 40 now, you know, and I've had my back is starting to be sore and everything. And I've tried to get into yoga in the past, and I'm not a real yoga type person. But now meeting Alaura, and then also Nicole comes in and does meditation. This is actually changing my life. This is another step towards the right direction for me, along with the healthy eating and some other things that we've been doing. But to just, you know, life is stressful. It's very stressful. And to take that time for yourself, like right out in front of the water, and Nicole will say some beautiful meditation for us to just think about and only focus on that. And then Alaura comes in with this it's like a real gentle yoga. And it really makes me feel good. My back isn't sore anymore. I'm able to do it. I feel like I got a workout and stuff. And then we'll have some nice socially talking and go in the sauna or whatever. And it's very peaceful and nice. So that's why I was so excited to have them on the show.
Okay.
And teach others.
Well, you know, we're going to see some yoga today.
Yes.
And I don't know how we're going to do this meditation. How are we going to do that?
We probably won't, but we can go over some tools.
Some tools.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so important to get your thoughts in the right place, right? So with Nicole, one thing that I was doing all the time, which I know you heard me doing, was looking in the mirror and saying, I am fat. You know, and Nicole was saying, you're not fat. You are not fat. You have fat, but you are not fat. You know, and so she would tell me to look in the mirror and say something else, to start changing your wording to yourself in your head. And there was a time when I told you that I couldn't go out on the beach. I didn't feel comfortable going out on the beach. Now, I feel a lot differently. I feel very good about my body even, and about my transformation. Okay. And about what I'm learning. So I think it is important if Nicole will tell us some of these meditations and some of the things to get into our head.
And all of this helps with your self-esteem, eh?
It does.
Yeah.
A lot, a whole lot. I think, like I was saying to someone earlier, one of the terms we always tend to use is I'm stuck. I can't do this, you know, how do I get out of this? I'm stuck. I think that's, terminology-wise, is very wrong and very damaging, because when you think of being stuck, you think of quicksand, you think of there's no way to get out of it. But I think a good turnaround for that would be I'm caught. If you're caught on something, you know, you can unhitch and kind of move about your way. So I think, like I said, different things like that tend to help on a day-to-day basis with self-esteem, with just about anything. And we have to approach ourselves with humor rather than just beat down on ourselves 24/7.
Yeah, because you have your challenges, but you don't
yeah.
feel that you are stuck.
Oh, no, not at all. Well,
I see
fall
you
down a
opening
lot,
a
so
door
that's-
for a gentleman today who is probably 4 times your size. Rather
Almost
than
everyone is 4 times my size.
yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true. But I was saying, well, you know, she's very small, and just look at her handling this big
Small
door.
in stature.
Yes.
If you're looking with the right eye, though, you ain't going to see that. What you're going to see is huge in stature.
What do you mean?
Huge in stature.
Okay.
There are no limitations. There's no height this or height that or weight or anything. We just are. But people who tend to look at height or, okay, you got this going on, you got that going on, it's usually somebody else's limitation problem that they're trying to put onto you. It's okay.
And
People do that.
So you don't limit yourself at all.
No, why? You don't have any fun in life that way.
And so when people come to you and they say, oh, you know, you're so small in stature and you seem to be
I say, oh, thank you, I didn't
challenged.
notice. Or I say, I left the rest of me at home.
You have the rest
I'll
of
pick
you.
it up later on, but right now this is all I needed to come out, so I'm so okay.
How long have you been doing these meditation exercises and teaching people, inspiring people?
Well, I had to firstly teach myself, and that took about a solid 5 years, because you don't just, this isn't something that you go and get just quickly just like that. So it's a practice, and every day is a practice. It's not something that we can nail down in a year or 2 years or 3 years. This is an everyday practice. And that takes, first off, catching yourself in the act of saying something off to yourself. And so that took me a while, so about 5 years, and then lately, so it's been about 7 years. Last 3 since I started, you know, or 2, teaching everyone and kind of getting in there and living life and helping everyone else live life.
Well, you know, you heard a testimonial from Bianca here today, and so I guess you get these all the time.
I do, but I mean, I try not to take it on. I try to let them understand that it's just tools that I'm offering. It's actually Bianca doing the work. It's not me. I can offer her the hammer and the nail, but she, at the end of the day, has to put that in herself. So.
But it's nice, you know, it's nice to understand and learn and do these little simple tricks to switch your mind into a different direction, you know, just little things to change everything from looking in the mirror and saying all kinds of negative messages to yourself to looking in the mirror and turning that positive. It's a big thing, and it changes your whole life. And then, you know, we're talking about the healthy living. It changes like how your relationship with food. You know, now you care about yourself. Before you didn't care about yourself, so you're gonna go eat greasy food and not care about the results. And now I'm caring about myself. I want to choose healthy food for myself. You know, I want to be around nice people and nice environments and nice smells. There's even like aromatherapy now that we can start talking about that makes such a difference in your life, just smelling it. You know, and it is nice to. I see you smiling now because it is nice to find out about this stuff when I didn't know before, or how I'm growing in our garden now. And now, you know, it was hard for me to get out and go to the gym, really. And these guys said, okay, well, then we're coming to your house.
Yeah, we'll bring the gym to you.
And it was so beautiful. They're like, you're in a beautiful place here.
You're doing a whole lot of stuff.
Women over there,
You're growing vegetables, you are doing yoga, and we're going to see some of the cooking on this show at the end of the show.
We did the cooking
at the end of the show. We'll see some of the cooking that is going on at your place. But let's talk with Alaura Albury here. But you're not a full-time yoga instructor, are you?
No, I'm not.
You wanted to advertise another business.
Well, I work for Powerboat Adventures. I'm sure most people have heard of that. We go to the Exumas.
Okay.
And then I do other side things like teaching yoga, and then I teach paddleboard yoga at Papa's Surf.
What is that?
Paddleboard yoga. So you know what a paddleboard is?
Yes. So why would you teach yoga on a paddleboard?
Paddleboard fitness is getting really popular now in the world. It's not gotten here like it is in the States, but the type of workout you get on the board, obviously it's unstable. So compared to like when you're in a gym, it fires up certain muscles that you don't really target in the gym. So your muscles are already trying to balance on top of doing a workout. So it's a really good low impact workout.
And you teach this to?
I teach that to mostly tourists and friends as well on the paddle boards. Yes.
So we're going to see you out on the paddleboard.
I don't know about that.
He's like, I can't believe
that. I'm interested in saying you do some yoga. And so in addition to paddleboard yoga, you teach yoga normally?
Yes. I used to teach on Montague. We used to do just regular classes out there, but now I teach with Nikki at Yanka's lovely home.
So how did you get involved in this, in yoga?
I started like almost 3 years ago. I saw one of my good friends, Courtney. She used to post a lot of photos of her doing it, and it just inspired me to look into it. And I took a few classes here with some local teachers, and from there I just really got interested in it. And I've always been double jointed, and I've always been flexible from when I was young, but practicing it more and more, I can see my body changing, and I actually started feeling better about myself. It was a lot of good feelings coming out of it. I was in a kind of a bad place when I decided to start it. So from there, it just made me more positive, and it gave me a better outlook on life. I'm still kind of impatient, but it helped me a lot with patience and a whole lot of things that it can really help you calm down on.
It brings a higher level of discipline in your life,
yes, for
right?
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so you have, when you are angry,
and just sit down and breathe for a second.
You breathe for a second, and you do what?
And I do some stretching. It's just a lot of the yoga is linking your breath with the movements. So if I move forward, I take an inhale, and I move back, I take an exhale, and it's a lot of breathing mixed in with the movements. So it's not just a physical side of yoga. Everyone thinks everyone's just all over the place, upside down, over their heads. Even though that's fun, it's a lot to do with taking time to be thankful and notice your body and notice your breathing and be more spiritual in that sort of sense.
So yoga is mental as well as physical?
Oh, definitely, yes. It's more mental than it is physical.
More mental than physical?
Yeah. But that's something that I'm still working on teaching myself and learning too.
And you do this in quietude, or do you do it with music?
Most of the time is in silence. You can do it in music as well. Nothing with words or talking, but more just like a calm, smooth background type of music. Just a relaxing sound.
No talking?
No, unless I'm talking.
Unless you're talking.
Yes.
You're talking to yourself.
And well, if I'm teaching, I talk to others. But if it's just me, then no, I don't talk.
Okay.
So it's really nice because you learn different ways to stretch everything.
Different muscles.
Have you ever done yoga before?
No, I've never done
Oh, okay, it's so nice because you didn't know, you can have something sore and you don't know really how to get to that spot to fix it. And so the way that Alaura is teaching us, she's just like, okay, now, and she tells you exactly what to do, and you're like, oh, and you get it. You hit that spot, and you're like, I really needed to stretch this. This feels so good. And the thing about it is, like, with the breathing and with the stretching, it's like we were designed to do this. It's like you're supposed to do this. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm old now, and this is what I need to do. I need to do this. I need to do this, like how you were saying, that your neck hurts. I need to start moving these things, and I need to focus on them and be aware of them. So you just start appreciating and noticing your whole body, and then breathing and just enjoying. And it's so nice outside because then it's like we're really enjoying being in the Bahamas. We're really enjoying that we have the ocean right there, that we're watching the sunset. So we're appreciating everything. We hear the birds, and I think that people need to stop and take that moment for themselves and breathe and notice everything, and that already makes a big difference.
So in addition to being good for your mental health, it's also good for your physical.
Definitely, yeah.
Yoga is definitely
For sure.
mind, body, and spirit.
Yes, everything is involved.
Yeah, everything. It's everything. When you're on your mat, everything's in tuned, everything's focused, and it's good for sicknesses, anything that you're, like you say, mental, anything.
You can do detoxing.
Yeah.
Detoxing as well?
Certain twists and stretches the twist in the stretch can move the intestines and rub against them and just kind of, shake them up.
Sometimes you feel like you're having a massage on your inside of you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, you really need to try this. We should do this. It's so amazing.
I need to try it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone can do it.
A massage on the inside
Yes.
of my body.
It is.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah, you get a massage from somebody else on the outside of your shoulders, but really that's how I feel that way sometimes when we're in the class and you're like having us do something, and then I'm like, but it really feels like I'm massaging the inside of my stomach right now. It feels so good.
So you are in the gym, you are running, you're doing all sorts of things. Where do you find time for all of this?
You know what, the thing about it is there's always time for everything, right? So it's that 1 hour that you were texting. It's that one, this doesn't even take long. You can do this, but you can do this for like 20 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah.
And that's it.
Okay.
You're done, you know? So now I kind of look at time that way. Like if I'm watched a show, a TV show, I should be doing something while I'm watching the show, you know?
Oh, so you can do your yoga while you're watching a TV show?
Yeah.
Okay.
It won't be necessarily super mental, but if you're just doing something physical, and you can watch TV and do
I'm
that,
just
yeah.
saying like for exercise, period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Physical exercise.
But so there's ways to combine it. But you know, that's another thing that I notice. I notice that active people are always finding ways to be active. So like I see other people and they'll just spontaneously, they'll be right here and they'll just do some push-ups. They'll be on their chair, standing in the back of the chair, they just start doing something. They'll just go for it, take off and do a little run.
Yeah.
They park farther away from the grocery store in order to walk. They're always looking to get that thing in.
Well, I want
And
to park
that's-
closest to the store, so I don't have to.
Right, and it's just changing that mentality, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm at my desk, I get up and stretch for like 5 minutes. And my coworkers will look at me like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, my back hurts. I've been sitting here a while. So yeah, gets you up and moving.
Okay. Let's take a break here on our program. This is the platform, and we're talking about meditation and yoga, and you're going to see some a yoga demonstration, and some cooking as well, eh?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's take this break. We'll come right back.